kicked the ball away.
And the referee the Algerian was really lenient because normally the law has a card.
Well, this did have the potential to be a tempestuous affair between two very strong countries. I think the referees handled that as well, kept a little lid on any tempers and frustration that might have boiled over.
Yeah. Him and his assistant did a very good job. They're still doing a very good job. You know, right calls. We are helping coming in when they need to come in. And, you know, so far so good.
2.5 minutes to the end of the 90. Just a reminder, coming up after this, 4 games, of course, on this busy Saturday here at the Cup of Nations finals. It's the East African Derby, Uganda and Tanzania next, and then tonight's big one, Nigeria, Tunisia in Group C. Tomorrow, of course, a second match for the protagonists in Group E and Group F. Big encounter between Côte d'Ivoire, the defending champions, and Cameroon. That'll be the last match tomorrow night. And of course Algeria and Burkina Faso as well in a key game in Group E. Monday sees the final group matches in A and B. Egypt already through from Group B, and Morocco have that game against Zambia. So the last change for Senegal, Iliman Ndiaye, good job again from him today, and Sheikh Tidiane Sabali is on, came on for a little cameo appearance against Botswana in the last game as well.
Here comes the rain, starts pouring.
It is all of a sudden just bucketing down.
Well, the conditions have been perfect, sorry, Mike. The condition with the rains and all that, the conditions have been perfect. The players are giving all their lungs are well open, you know, good breathe going in and out.
Yeah, this is more of a problem for the spectators, although the wonderful stadium here has great cover all the way around. Now, big clearance away from Koulibaly.
When you have a team with a quality squad like this, I think sometimes you should be ruthless, and let them go, unleash them. You know, let them play football. When you're playing a team that can attack, just allow them, keep going.
Waiting to see how much stoppage time is going to be added on. 4 minutes, I can tell you, from our vantage point here in the stadium. Just a reminder of the goals. This was Bongonda and Makambo. Frustration for Sadio Mane, the Congolese going into the lead, but of course Senegal fighting their way back. And now looking if they might yet win it in stoppage time. Mbaye finds Mane, first touch a little heavy. Sadio Mane again. That comes off Kayembe, a little confusion for a second or so in the Congolese defence.
That's a foul any day. As it goes from Sadio Mane, Mbaye did all the job, and Mane was there, thank you very much, picked a corner and slotted it in.
That was a reaction from Sebastian Sabre after they scored the opener, the Congolese. And he would have been disappointed with the way that Senegal were able to equalise, although Arthur Masuaku potentially injured in the at the vital moment, and as a result it was a bit of an advantage for Senegal. Is this going to be a goal kick? No. Excuse me, it is a goal kick. It's Fiston Mayele looking for the corner and not getting it. 2 minutes of the 4 added on at the end of the 90 have elapsed. There are 120 seconds left for one of these two sides to grab all 3 points. Otherwise, they will share the top place in Group D with 4 apiece. It'll be Senegal ahead on goal difference. Of course, though, the first rider in determining positions in the Cup of Nations groups is the head-to-head. In this case, 1-1. It'll be goal difference next to separate these two sides. In from Kayembe, header away from Jacobs. Mutusami. Won by Diallo. Lovely little ball. Now, is this a chance for the Leopards to grab something here in the closing stages?
Has bulk of experience from Koulibaly, stood tight with him, didn't tussle to win the ball so that he doesn't get any infringement, and had the support from Mane, and then they won the ball.
The seconds remaining now. Offside call against the Senegalese. More time has elapsed here. And it looks now, Daniel, as if we're headed for honours even in this Group D encounter.
I think both teams will be happy about it. Senegal created a lot of chances, but didn't hit the back of the net. They had to come from behind and equalize. So I'm sure both managers, Tian Pepe and Sebastian, will be happy with the draw.
4 minutes gone. Rain is now really bucketing down here. That's the final whistle from the Algerian referee. 1 apiece here. 4 points for both of these sides. They look as if they're both heading into the last 16. Senegal will stay top of the group on goal difference. But Dr Congo have got Botswana ahead of them. Benin will be coming here to take on the Senegalese on Monday. So final position still to be determined. But an intriguing encounter this afternoon, Daniel.
Yeah, definitely. Well, it was a good game, good football. Both teams unleashed, attack and defense. They were all compact. The goals came in when they needed to come in. Good substitution by the managers. So now it's just for both teams to fight to see who will remain in Tangier winning the last game. But it looks a bit more easier for Congolese, against Botswana than Senegal against Benin, because Benin they have a team and they have a manager who can read games and work against it.
So Bakambu with the opener for the Congolese, Mane with the equaliser. Senegal won.
So then a meeting number 11 between the two sides in Dr Congo and Senegal. It's the third stalemate, and it is a result that means that Senegal are now unbeaten in 9 matches against the Leopards of DRC. And at the Africa Cup of Nations, it's unbeaten in 9 group stage matches as well for the Lions of Teranga, their longest ever run at the Africa Cup of Nations. But Olisa, they did have to dig themselves out of a bit of a hole, 1-0 down.
Yeah, definitely. Baye was the spark they needed, going forward. He really changed the game for the Senegalese, and due to his creativity, the Mane was able to get a goal. And it's very important for Mane also, it gives him a lot of confidence, not just for the team but for him. And they're really going to need him going forward. But like I said earlier on about the Congolese, they were going to get their goal through a transition or a set piece, and which they did. And kudos to Bakambu to be aware and get the rebound. So kudos to them.
Great combination play down the right between Aaron Wan-Bissaka as well as Theo Bongonda, before Cedric Bakambu has one of his easiest finishes as an international. At this stage, it seemed that there might be a bit of a surprise with DRC leading, but cometh the hour, cometh Senegal's talisman.
Yeah, I don't think it came as a surprise, because we knew that this team is progressing, like we talked about at the beginning of the game. They took their chances. I think Senegal created a lot of chances for the conversion of the chance they create, I think they're a little bit below. And if they want to go far in this competition, they need to be more realistic in front of the goal. Today, Mane, he scored a goal, but Jackson also have some chances. Yeah, that's a great team. When you create chances, it's always good, but when you don't take them, it can backfire against you.
Well, we did mention at the top of our production earlier on today that match day 2 usually does come with tight results, and yet again, as far as Group D is concerned, just 3 goals scored.
Tight indeed. What an exciting draw with Senegal and Dr Congo. But I think it was a fair result for Benin. They've done the job. They got the 3 points. It puts them in pole position now, and they have a chance to possibly steal that 2nd place if they get a positive result in weekend 3.
Match day 3 is going to be all so entertaining from start to finish. As things currently stand, a single point between the top 3 sides, and that means that either of those 3 sides could realistically be top of the table after match day 3 going into the knockouts. For Botswana, we do feel as if that is pretty much the fat lady singing and very much finding a wonderful tune for Botswana. But that's Group D. After this little break, we'll be handing over to Moses Praise, Sean Bartlett, as well as Daniel Akpeyi and Bongani Kumalo as they go through Group C and its match day 2 contribution at the Total Energies Africa Cup of Nations. How's this though? Asha Kumogisha has managed to find a couple of fans who are feeling rather confident ahead of kickoff. It is up next, a East African derby, Uganda meeting Tanzania.
Hamjambo wa Tanzania. Niko hapa na mashabiki wa Tanzania. Niambie wewe unaitwa nani, unatoka wapi?